What up, guys? I just want to give a quick introduction to Untap. This is the thing that I was telling the group that I think we should look at for playing games together. We can import our decks. It takes a little bit of time, not too terribly long, to get our decks into the system, and then we can play it. And it's very sandboxy, and it would be difficult to navigate without any direct communication. But I think if we all get into Discord and then play a four-player game on this with our decks, that I think it would be a little bit slower than in real life, but um, also makes it possible for guys like me and Nick to play because we can't stream. So this is the URL is untap.in, and you can see that this is the screen you'll come up with for a register. You create a username, an email, and a password. I've already registered, so I just go to login, and it brings you up here. This is a chance for you to join channels like you do in Discord. You don't have to do any channels if you don't want to, and then you can get right into what you want to do. Untap is also used for like other card games, not just MTG. Um, so there's all kinds of stuff in here for other people. You can see that I've already imported Kefnet and Thraximunder into here. I imported Thraximunder a long time ago, so even if I was gonna do it, I would have to have to alter this to what he is actually right now. But for you guys, you click on the decks here, and then you hit create deck, and that'll bring up, and you can deck title whatever you like, and select MTG, and hit create deck. And then you comes up to here. The first thing you guys will want to do is go to the settings for the deck options and change the default card quantity to 1. So every time you enter a card, it only does every time you drag a card over, it only does the one card, and that's that. So once you set that, you're good to get started with adding your deck in. And then you just sit here and basically search up your cards. So let's say if I was gonna do a Laurel, I just type a Laurel, brings up this guy right here, and then you drag him over to where you want to put him. So you just drag a Laurel over into starts in play as commander, right? And then it gives you a picture of the card over here for you to look at, and then continue to add some things in there. So then the next thing I would put in there, let's say I know I have an Aetherflux. Hit that. There's an Aetherflux Reservoir. Starts in the deck. Adds it right here. Counts your deck up right here. For everything else, like your planes, you can do this. You can add any kind, of these planes that you want, and then you just drag planes over here, and then you can plus this to however many you need. Tell you how many decks you have in your, how many cards you have in your deck, and then how many unique cards you have in your deck. You tag it over for EDH. What it'll do is it'll tell you what is banned, so you can't accidentally put a banned card in there. And that's how, so then you go through just continuing to import your deck like that. And then after you're done, you can download the deck if you want into your notepad. And so you can copy and paste it into like Tapped Out or any other, or Architect or any other deck tracking software that you might use. And then you can also paste your deck in here. So I haven't tried this yet, but you may be able to just, if you have your deck typed out somewhere else, you may be able to just cut and paste it into here. And so that's how you add your deck in. Playing the games goes like this. You come into a lobby and you make a new game. And for us, we will be the Snow Valley Wizards. And we'd select game, we would select EDH. Playstyle doesn't really matter because we're not going to open it up to anybody. And then we can do, obviously we can do up to 6 players, which is great if we really want to take some time. And then we just all hop on the Discord and do it. Just for showing gameplay, I'm going to just do solo instead of doing the 4 because I'm not playing against anybody. And it's going to enable a mirror player, so you'll see some counts down. We can password protect it. We can do friends only, so we can only invite each other. Either way would be the way to go. I select Kefnet. Kefnet starts here in the zone. So you've got all your zones here. You got a deck down here, your name and your life, and then this right here is nice because it keeps track of everything that happens in the game. So the first thing you got to do is left click yourself up to 40 life because it starts you at 20, and right click goes the other way. And then uh, cursor over your library down here in the bottom right hand corner. And there's the menus for the different things, and there are some shortcuts that we'll figure. And then we'll click draw multiple, draw 7. Puts it into our hand here. We can look and see if we like this or not. Um, I'm not gonna mulligan, um, just for the sake of not wanting to mulligan right now. So we're gonna go ahead and keep this guy, even though it's kind of a bad hand with only the 1 planes. So then let's say it's my starting turn. You can drag from your hand. Well, first things first. Double click on your thing to draw. Hey, that's gonna help. So then we play the land like that, and this is just going to mirror me up here, so don't get confused by that. You can drag the land, you can drag it anywhere into the field that you want. We could also roll a dice for ascendancy if we so desired. And then you double click, we'll tap, drag this onto the battlefield anywhere it goes. And this is why it's sandboxy, is because everything you do, you have to remember. So just like we're playing, there's no internal like there's no internal anything reminding you to do anything, right? So then whenever a player casts a spell, you get to do something. So let's say, and then that's my turn, and then I would just say pass turn. I don't know if there's actually like a pass turn thing. Um, so I would just assume that uh, that's how then you would pass turn. All these, there's menus all around here for you to look through and show like how to do multiple different things. And this is going to be the part that's going to take us a little bit to get through. So then let's say that this other player played a spell, which case this would trigger. So I could do something. I would just say it, but I can shake the card just to to symbolize that, hey, this is triggering. Also, as we're talking to each other, I would just say, hey, Mystic Remora triggers. Do you want to pay 4? You say no, so I draw a card. Hey, another island. That's great. And then you do your thing, and then say it comes back to my turn. There's an untap all button right here. Untaps everything. Constantly getting a scroll of what's going on down here. I can play my other island, and then we'll tap this down and tap this down. Uh, see, so now we had a cumulative upkeep, right? So I paid 1 for the cumulative upkeep. And then I actually only have 1, so I won't be paying anything else. And then, so I'll just untap that guy because I forgot I had to pay the 1 for the cumulative upkeep. Can't play anything else, so I'll pass turn. And then let's say you did another thing. Hey, do you want to, uh, triggers? Do you want to pay for it? No, you don't want to pay for it. Draw a card. Okay, and now it's my turn. Untap. I'm not going to pay the cumulative upkeep, so it goes to the graveyard. There's a zones over here for that. Discard, expel, and face down. I don't know why so we just count this as like graveyard, exile, and just regular old face down. Put another island up. And then we can do something like tap this down for a search for Escanta, and then pass turns go, untap, so on and so forth. So as things happen, you can use this to, so let's say I wanted to do something like look at my card, like look at, say something that says look at cards, right? At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library, and you may put that into your graveyard. So I highlight this, I say, and it's got to look at cards. So I look at the top card of my library. Steady has revealed the top 1 cards of his deck to Steady, and it comes up here. This is my entire deck laid out in front of me right here, and this is the card that's on top, right? And then this card says you may put it into your graveyard. Then if you have 7 more cards in your graveyard, so this tells you I've only got 1, so I don't want to put it into my graveyard, which is fine. So now I will draw it, which I can do straight from here to my hand. close this guy down. That's my draw step. This comes back. Don't have another, so now, and then whatever I'm going to do from there, I could fit that to the face down pile. We can always go back to, face down pile into play. Turns face up, goes like that. Tap these guys down. So that's how that goes. And then in a 4-player, we would all be able to see, talk, highlight, do all that kind of stuff. So would be seems I think it would be good. I think it'd be fun. And after coronavirus ends, like probably not even a bad way to deck test before you buy cards. So I think once we get used to the interface, like we'd be able to have a lot of fun. So yeah, so that's how that works, man. I think Jashar is gonna upload a deck so we can play. I have 2 decks uploaded. If anybody wants to say, hey, I'll put in, my 5 or whatever power level deck you want to put in. I'll upload another one so it'll match power levels and we can play. I think it'd be a good time. Okay, hopefully that was insightful, and I'll catch you guys soon. All right, late.